Since we're fucking idiots, let's just start the podcast with what's popping, my guy. What's good?
What is popping, my guy?
God damn, that was strong as a motherfucker. Yo, what's
Yeah.
up? Welcome to the first episode of the Stray Facts podcast. I am one of your hosts. I go by the name Meth. Mr. Man, nigga, introduce yourself. We're gonna redo this whole fucking intro because this is garbage.
Now we're keeping it. Hey, it's 80. Just 80Y, simple shit, because, I'm lazy.
Alright. I got the name Meth.
How?
I started calling myself Meth for like a little while after watching Breaking Bad because it's kind of close to my name.
Hey, yo, do you want to hear some dope shit?
What?
I've never watched Breaking Bad.
You're missing out.
Oh, I know. Like, people
Actually,
don't let me forget.
yeah, I actually didn't finish it, which is a crime in itself.
Okay,
Shit
so you're
got-
worse than me. Like, at least I can say I haven't watched it. No, you're just not committed.
I was at the end. I think I got like halfway through the last season, and I was just like, you know what? It's like one of those things where you sort of stop watching for a little bit
Is
so you
what?
can sort of digest it, and then you never get back to it.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Well,
yeah, this is the first episode of the Stray Facts podcast. We are your hosts. A little introduction. We're two guys just like talking about stuff. Want to sort of get our opinions out there on a public platform. This is just interesting.
he just brings me along because he needs drip.
Yo, I
Yep.
copped some drip, nigga. I've been acting brand new as fuck for the last 2 days. In
My
case you haven't
guy.
noticed,
Yo, you had those plastic shits on your feet. Don't at me.
I'm telling you, fam. I've been acting brand new as fuck for the last couple of days.
Oh yeah, because that's gonna last long. Yeah, I can already see it.
All right.
That's gonna last like a while. Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
cool.
be dating.
So, what's going on? What are we starting with actually? Like, what do you want to talk about first?
I mean,
I
you said you
imagine.
wanted to add me about my comment about my fucking weirdness because of what you were saying about that vision by God.
Fam, we were talking about the fuck were we actually talking about?
You're
Oh
talking about.
yeah. Okay. So this nigga hit me with a fucking so this nigga hit me with he says some shit, right? And I was like, yeah, I know that's the situation. He's like, how the fuck? No, I said some shit. Yo, I'm trash. I said some shit, and it was along the lines of I got a vision from Jesus that you're feeding your dog Haribos. And then he replied with some other shit, then I replied with some other shit, and then this nigga said, a beat a day keeps the devil away, and I fucking died, fam.
Yo, it's fact.
Dude, that's so out there.
Ask any Christian, any Bible reader, like they will agree with me.
Nah, fuck out of here, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Fam, I know my shit.
Fuck out of
We're
here.
on a facts podcast. I know my shit. Don't at me.
But they are stray facts. Technically opinions. Could have just named the podcast opinions.
I mean,
All right.
I'm staying facts, but I mean, if you want to argue it, like
No.
you're wrong.
No, man. Yeah, okay, you're right. All right, let's move on. Okay, so I assume that the first thing that we're gonna talk about is playoffs, in particular,
Hey.
how my homeboy has been straight booty during the second round of the playoffs and forgot how to shoot the ball. And as a result of that, I saw someone posted in the group earlier that Kyrie is the MVP for the Bucks.
Oh no, that was me.
That was-
That was me.
I swear that was Alex.
No. I said it to Alex because it was something we were talking about the other night. Like, I was talking to him and I was like, "Yo, hey, yo, like the fucking." I was saying to him, the Bucks' best player is Kyrie right now.
God damn.
Because
Yo, I
he was like 2 for 10 at the time, and we were like, "Yo, you need to relax. Like, you need to calm down."
Still better than Paul George in the first round. in
No,
the first game.
like I'm telling you, he was the Bucks' best player. Like, I don't know what made him say, sorry, Stephen A. channeling the audacity to say that like he should have shot 30 shots the game before. Like, I don't know where that came from, and I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? Like,
Yeah,
but obviously we saw how that ended. But
I
don't get
was
me
hoping
wrong, Kyrie
these
is my
guys.
guy. Kyrie is my guy, but
I was hoping that the Celtics would at least hold on. I don't know, come through with the win. You know, take the series. But nah, everyone in that team forgot how to play basketball. Jason Tatum doesn't remember how to play basketball. Gordon Hayward came back too early from injury, in my personal opinion, and sort of messed up the team dynamic. So I agreed with Stephen A. Smith when he said that.
oh yeah. No, this is to me it was just tragic. I was like, gosh. That's the joy. I was just there like, damn, that was that was tragic.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. I didn't even watch this last game. I was asleep. I had no Wi-Fi, and on top of that, like I had to sleep because I had an exam this month. I still woke up tired as fuck, my G.
Really?
Yo, I was tired this whole day. I was tired this whole day, my guy. Yeah.
Well, damn. I don't know, like I was alright today. Like I was like comatose for a while, and then I just woke up at like uh 1 p.m. like a fucking heathen.
You know, I still got no Wi-Fi.
You still for anyone who's curious, like, hey, he's recording this on it, like recording this on his phone data, so
Nigga,
he's gonna be
I'm
blessed.
motivated, my guy. I'm motivated, my guy. Okay, so the
No
reason
days
why,
off.
no fucking days off, my guy. So the reason why that's an issue is because my co-host and I are currently residing in different countries. So that's why that's an issue. Yeah. Yo, editing this shit is gonna be so fun. We're gonna
Oh,
learn
yo,
so much. Oh
oh,
my gosh.
oh,
Oh my god, it's gonna be so fun, guys.
All right,
uh,
so
yeah,
here's a question I got for you. Now that James Harden, what the fuck? Now that KD is out for like the rest of the series,
yeah.
who's taking the dub?
I would like to say, put it like this. Uh, I would like to say that like the Rockets do, but I've got concerns. I've really got some major concerns
You
because
got
unlike last
PTSD.
year, like I've got major PTSD. I fucking I for those who watched it alongside me last year, we watched James Harden and the rest of his team miss 27 threes in a row, and it was the most frustrating and disappointing thing I've ever watched in my life. But put it like this, Chris Paul isn't being the floor manager that he usually is, and that's
Yo,
something that's concerning to
let
me.
me tell you something. I have a problem with Chris Paul these playoffs. Yo, the games that I've watched from these guys, yo, Chris Paul is running like a headless chicken, just running around the fucking in and out of the 3-point line like a fucking chicken. Like this dude's playing JJ Redick's game, which is to just run and get open, but this guy doesn't get open. He just runs around to no end.
Like he
Where's the
needs to
fucking
start
shot
being.
clock?
Like, I know he's not exactly in his prime, but he needs to be where he was last year. Because last year,
Yeah,
like before he pulled his hamstring, I believe it was,
yeah, it
like
was.
he was playing dope. He was he was killing it. But now like he doesn't even seem like the same guy this playoffs. He
Yeah,
needs to like get everyone to rally around him, because as much as like although I was frustrated by the freeze last year, like obviously like I think they have a chance because there's no KD and you have both of your key players here. And I think is I need Chris Paul to do more because he's the most paid Rocket at the moment and he's not doing shit.
Yo, I was watching game one. Were you there?
Yeah.
Well, I was watching game one. When we were watching
No,
game one.
no. I told
Oh
you
yeah.
I wasn't watching the games because it was giving me PTSD.
Yo, game one. Was it game one? No, it was game one. I quit. Um, was it game two or game three that they won? It was game three. We're watching game three that the Rockets won, and I was so frustrated at that point. Like at the end of the game, James Harden just kept asking for ISO after ISO after ISO just to miss or hit that fucking retarded fucking uh, three of his, trying to get the foul. And it was,
Yeah.
he could have ended the game in regulation, but no, take it to overtime. I was like, I just told homeboy, yo, I'm not watching fucking overtime. He's like, yo, don't be a bitch. Yo, nigga, it's 5 o'clock. I'm not watching this overtime, nigga. I got a life to live.
Hey, yo, it's aggressive being an NBA fan when you don't live in
Outside
America.
of the,
Yeah, like it's an
outside,
aggressive experience.
I'm sure it's also aggressive for them considering Americans have like crazy ads.
Hey, yo, we watch the ads with them. Fuck you mean?
It's worse for us because it's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly
Hey,
what I
Sixers
mean.
are playing tonight.
Yeah, are we watching that? I can't remember.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Um,
Like, I need for them. Like, I'm not sure if I want Embiid to play or not because I'm not sure if he's going to be over his bug. But I'd only want him to be there if he is, because if he's not, he's literally he's literally worse. He's literally unathletic as fuck. Like he looks like he's gonna stumble. He has no like. He just is. He deteriorates so much when he's ill, and that's what's like. And that's what's concerning me. And him being a big man, I don't want his knees to end up like Derrick Rose's. I don't want him to be just dust, non-existent.
hey, yeah.
Hey yo,
So
shout
what
out
are
to
your
Derrick Rose
predictions?
though. Like he's my.
Hey, yeah, sure.
Hey
Yo,
yo,
this nigga performed this season. What is he
oh
averaging?
my.
17,
No,
18?
no, no, no. That 50-point game was magical, my guy.
And
And
like the
it's like,
subsequent few games. Let me
yeah,
look up his stats.
like my thing is like, when I was watching him, like that 50-point game, you could see how much it meant to him.
Dude's averaging 18 points this season, um, almost 3 rebounds and 4 assists, which is pretty good. It's actually like pretty close to his career average. His career averages of almost 19 points,
Yeah.
um, almost 4 assists, and I mean, no, almost 6 assists and fucking 4 rebounds.
I mean, as I say, I'm not saying like he's made a huge comeback, but I think it was just an amazing
Oh
show,
yeah,
like 50-point game.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. So what are your predictions for the finals? Who do you think is gonna be there? Who do you want to be there, and who do you
Who do I
think is
want
gonna
to
be
be
there?
there? I know, like, it's a bit. My thing is like, it's either I know how it's going to end out because obviously where we are is either going to be the Raptors, Sixers, or Milwaukee uh, from the East, and then from the West, is it going to be either Denver, Houston, or Golden State? I mean, I think we're most likely going to see either Golden State or Houston. Uh, like I say, with like I say, what I was telling you about, I think I was telling you about prior. I'm more interested to see um, either the Bucks or the Raptors go because I don't think that um, the Sixers are ready. I just don't believe they are ready.
I feel you on that.
I see if they get like put it like this. I have doubts that they're even going to get. I have big doubts that they're even going to win the game tonight. Like I think it's going to be straight to the Raptors, in my honest opinion, because you know.
Kawhi is practically now more efficient Kobe, according to some people.
I mean, like, we'll let them have their views, I guess.
I ain't even gonna say shit about that one. It is what
Like,
it is.
don't get me wrong. I think Kawhi is a great player. I
For
mean, he's proved that.
sure.
He's like proving that in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, no, he's
Right
he's
now.
amazing. Yeah, he's out of this world. The way he's playing, bruh, shit.
I mean, I think his last game was like 21 points. It wasn't as great as the previous ones, but he's been beasting. Like, he's had one off game.
Then the off game was still pretty fucking good.
Yeah. But no, I just don't think the Sixers are ready. And if Joel Embiid's gonna keep having these infections or injuries, Like they're not going to get past the conference finals. Period. And plus, I really am interested to see Raptors and Bucks duke it out.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's gonna be the case. I think the Raptors and the Bucks are gonna beef it out
Yeah.
in the conference finals.
And as Chi says, we're gonna watch our unathletic BBW, Kyle Lowry.
No, it's not.
Is it?
Semi-athletic BBW.
Semi-athletic. Oh, my mistake. I'm sorry, Chi. Like,
No,
please
sorry,
forgive
no.
me.
Our favorite semi-athletic BBW.
Is he? Oh,
The favorite. He's the favorite.
jeez.
Yo, homeboy's not sure if he uses that as a term of endearment or as an insult.
I think it's endearment.
I think it depends on the situation. Depends on how
I
you
believe
feeling
if
that
he
day.
wins the championship, it would definitely be much endearment.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
mean,
sure.
I mean, with Kawhi, I would love to see him get another chip and just see the stress on Skip Bayless's face.
You know, I haven't been watching Undisputed like that for a
He
minute.
says Kawhi can only be a complimentary star. He cannot be, like a superstar.
I see it, but mostly because of his personality.
Yeah.
But in terms of his style of play,
But not even a co-star, a complimentary star.
in terms of his style of play, dude's a superstar, fam. Like,
Yeah.
like there's no two ways about it. Like, I don't care what Skip says. This Kawhi's dope, bro. Kawhi's dope.
Like I say, like you're never gonna get a valid opinion from Skip anymore for the sole fact that like he left his Spurs.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like Skip Bayless's team is the San Antonio Spurs, and he left the Spurs to try and go to like LA Clippers or Lakers, and then he ended up getting traded to good old the North.
Hey, yeah, the Spurs did this nigga dirty, which actually reminds me, Game of Zones is doing.
Hey yo,
I don't know if
Game
you
of
watched
Zones
the
is
last
dope.
episode, but yo, they did this nigga Carmelo bad, bro.
I didn't watch the latest one. I think the last one I watched was the Jimmy Butler one, like the practice
the
game.
first one.
Yeah, I watched the practice game. That shit was yo, they slept.
Yo, the two subsequent episodes were wild, bro. When you watch them, oh my god, shit. I think I'm more invested in Game of Zones than I am in Game of Thrones currently.
I know it's gonna drive some people crazy, but hey, I'm probably just gonna start. I haven't watched it. I think I might start it when the season's finished.
Yeah, okay, I feel you.
Just to get it all through. Even though it's
Yeah,
gonna take me like 3 weeks.
yeah, fam, you got like 8 seasons to go, bro. I think I started when season 5 was out. So that was like a very dope binge session.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to you when I started. I think it was like the same day that I told you to go listen to Pimp a Butterfly. It was that same day.
That day.
That was when I started Game of Thrones.
Yo, that was years back.
Yeah, that was years back.
Hey yo. Pimp a Butterfly was just wow.
It was something. It is something.
It's just I can't give it words. It's just wow.
Yeah. It's something.
Like
Let's leave it at that.
like, it's just wow. And I'm not saying that in like a negative. That is completely positive. It's like
It's just wow.
It leaves me speechless. It's like wow.
It's hard to understand how someone cannot like that. Okay, I understand not loving it, but to hate it as an actual like hip hop fan, like
No.
the fuck is that?
Oh yo. By the way, guys, we like J. Cole. Everyone, like, get off our dick.
I feel like yo, I haven't listened to these niggas in a while. Like,
No, I mean,
I will say though, I listen to Kendrick more often than I listen to J. Cole, but yeah, I mean, it just depends how I'm feeling.
I think J. Cole is
MF
definitely
them all
more
the
of
way.
a vibe. He's definitely more of a vibe. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I liked his recent shit that he dropped, Middle Child. Hey, that shit slept.
I didn't even hear that thing that many times, and I kind of got tired of it.
Really?
Yeah. Like actually,
Yeah, that's tragic.
I think it's because like it was like the biggest shit, and they'd keep putting it in commercials and whatnot. So like I wouldn't hear like the actual song as many times, but like that just that instrumental, those yeah, fucking horns and stuff. You get fucking tired of it after a while. But Francesco, hey, bro, Francesco, he heard that song way too many times because his little brother was abusing it.
Oh man.
Poor
And
guy.
let me just slip this in because like you know what it is, so you know what our podcast is. So a sly little flat can't speak. A sly little fact is that 75% of the world's diet is produced from just 12 plants and 5 different animal species.
Yo, for real?
Yeah.
I bet.
So anyways,
Uh,
back to what we're
Back
talking
on. Back on.
about. But no, like I just want to quickly switch it to what you think about the Lakers situation because they obviously just like they just disrespected Ty Lue.
Lakers are a fucking mess, bro.
No, because like they didn't get Monty Williams who they wanted, so they're
They gave
like
Tyronn Lue 3 years rather than
years,
a full
18
five,
million.
and they didn't
Yeah,
let him choose his own assistant.
just so that they can say, well, we offered him, we tried to negotiate, but he just turned us down. Hey, you disrespected the man, and
Yo, this
everyone
nigga, this nigga successfully
and
coached
everyone who was there
LeBron.
before him got 5 years. Like it's obvious.
Yo,
Like
this
it's
nigga,
obvious.
dude successfully coached LeBron James and and got a chip. Obviously, I'm just
Yeah,
regurgitating what Stephen A. Smith said, but still, that's like that's some shit right there.
yeah,
That's some shit right there.
yeah.
Yo, let me hit you with something real quick, right? Um, it's something that I've been like wanting to talk about for the whole week, and it's
Okay.
actually good that we didn't manage to record the podcast prior to the situation because I'm like a little bit more informed.
Oh
Yo,
yeah,
hold up,
yeah.
before I actually get into that, let's just talk about how at this day and age we're too quick to think with our to react with our emotions just from a fucking headline rather than like diving in and researching shit.
Oh yo,
Like just base your whole fucking opinion on the words of someone else or like or a headline. It's
yeah.
That's tragic.
It
That is
really is.
tragic. Oh, Theresa May says she's gonna leave office if Brexit goes through. Oh yeah, okay. What's the rest of the story? Um, yeah, man. She said she's leaving office.
What I don't like is the idea of the fact that people make attention-grabbing headlines, but it has nothing to do with the actual context itself, is what you're basically trying to get at. And what I think is that bad about that is the fact that people will look at headlines and not read it and then go rant about it. And I think like it shows ignorance.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's
And I
like
know
actually,
we're no one to speak because we don't like we'll talk about topics that like get given to us, but we're not going like we'll just give our thoughts off the top of the dome. We're not gonna go research it.
yeah. I think the one thing that like really excites me about doing this podcast is that because we're on a public platform. I think I've said this before. If I didn't say it to you, I said it to a friend of mine that I was talking to. Is that with being in a public platform, you don't want to spew out false information. So you want to have some level of knowledge of the topics that you're talking about, not just from a headline. But of course, if we do, mention something solely from a headline, we're gonna be like, yeah, my nigga, like I read this headline that said
I
this, and
mean,
I'm gonna be like, yo,
we're
that's
always
wild.
yeah. Like I mean, we're always gonna say obviously if we ever do talk about topics like that, we're gonna say well we haven't looked into it, but
This
then speak our
was,
mind about it.
yeah, this is what we know, and then maybe touch on it later after, doing some little bit of research.
A little bit.
Yo, okay, so getting into what I actually wanted to talk about,
Yo,
Caster Semenya. She is she's a South African runner, long
oh yeah.
distance. I don't know if you heard about this. I don't know if you even watched the news, my G.
Hey yo, I haven't watched the news in time.
Yeah, I don't even have a TV, so I
Hey
catch
yo,
my
that's a
news.
mood.
I catch my news everywhere else. Google News, Philip DeFranco, and a bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
Um, There's some other shit I'm gonna mention later that just came off to my head. Let me just write this shit down on the list right quick.
Fuck.
Okay. So this shit
Yo,
is sad but funny at the same time.
yo, that's dope. Hey, yo, you know how you started this like saying, "I'm so glad I looked up the extra details about this," and now what you do?
No, I actually looked up the details about this other shit as well. I just forgot about it.
Hey, yo, no, that's tragic.
All right, listen,
Come
listen.
on, step
Okay.
your game up, fam.
Hi,
Ah,
Caster Semenya. She's a South African runner, and okay, this is how I found out about her first. Like, I was doing some shit. I don't remember what. This was years ago. I was doing some shit, and I think it might have been during the Olympics or qualifiers for that, for the Olympics a while
yeah,
back. And I was doing some shit, not paying attention. My parents were watching television. I was probably on my computer, being a dumbass, doing whatever it is that I did. I probably still do the same shit because I'm an idiot. And my parents was like, "Yo, man, this South African runner, she looks like a fucking dude." And I was like, "Oh, for real? All right, cool." So, I just knew of her existence. I saw what she looked like,
yeah.
fucking forgot about it. So it came in the news now that some of the governing bodies within the world of athletics um banned her from competing because her body produces a higher amount of testosterone than other women, like almost double the amount or some shit like that. So she can't compete
Testosterone.
because, yeah, so she can't compete because she has an unfair advantage.
Jeez.
So that's not
So
like
is
the
that
whole,
like a transsexual kind of situation?
like her body naturally produces that amount of testosterone. Like she's a
Jeez.
female.
Okay.
Um,
I wasn't sure if it was like some in
no,
between kind of
no,
situation.
yeah, she's not doping or anything. She does have yeah, she has an extra chromosome.
Okay.
So yeah, you know how a woman is. Yeah, she has an extra chromosome. So she does have the features of a man, and yeah. So the governing bodies either said that if she's going to compete, she has to take hormones to suppress the amount of testosterone that her body produces, or they have to, or she can't compete, because she has
Damn.
that unfair advantage. And everybody's bringing up the example of, oh, okay, everyone's quick to call it either racism or sexism or both, because she's black and she's South African, and you have a dude out here that's Michael Phelps, who also has an unfair advantage over everybody, which is that his body produces less lactic acid than all of his competitors, so he doesn't get tired as quick. Like
Well,
at
yeah,
first,
you don't have as much build up, so
yeah,
like your limbs don't feel as painful when you keep
yeah,
exercising.
like, just you have longer endurance, yeah. So like the reason why I'm sort of glad that we didn't record this because I've been wanting to talk about this for a week was because at first I didn't know that she had an extra chromosome, right? So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what makes the situation a little bit complicated. I at first just saw, oh, is this woman and she's not being allowed to compete, and other women are coming out and saying, yeah, we have to protect women's sports, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Why the fuck what do you mean protecting women's sport? This is a woman that's just trying to compete, and because she's too good, you're trying to stop her from competing. Yo, that's a sore loser, my G.
mm,
That's a sore loser. And
yeah,
yeah, the fact that I found out that, she does have one extra chromosome is what makes the situation a little bit complicated.
yeah.
But,
Comma.
yes, but if you're still gonna let her compete as if by suppressing her hormones, you're taking away that unfair advantage, which is a natural talent. Like it's like a natural talent, like
Yeah,
natural talent. It's a natural advantage that she has.
yeah.
So, which also brings me to some other shit that I saw a while back, which is kind of funny. This situation, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm not 100% like filled in on it.
No, yeah, yeah.
Like, I heard that there was some
I ain't got a clue. You're telling me.
there is a human being that was I think is transitioning from female to male. So a transgender high school student that was competing in a wrestling tournament against girls. So she was taking
Yeah.
testosterone and she whooped everybody, obviously. They already kind of look like a dude, and
Yikes.
this raised up issues because you're transitioning from female to male. You have that unfair advantage,
No, it
and
really
it's
is.
and it's not natural. So if you are trying to transition to male, you're taking treatment, hormone treatments and shit to
Why aren't you
transition to male.
listen. If you're transitioning to male, like I know it's very simplistic to say, but if you're transitioning to male to become a male, why aren't you facing males?
Exactly, either that or just be barred from competing
Because
because you're gonna go.
you're in like I'll say it like this, she's in a twilight.
Yeah,
She's in between because you're currently taking testosterone, it puts you in between becoming a man, like being a man and then being a woman because you're physically in between.
yeah,
You're not you're because of the testosterone that's building your body, you can't you haven't got the body like that a woman the same as you would have because of that said testosterone. But yet you don't because you're course of it, you haven't made the transition completely yet. You've not fully become a man yet, so you're at a disadvantage going up against a man.
for sure. But I think that the best solution for that would probably just to be barred from competing, because
It's as much as it's like unfair on the individual, it's just not fair for everyone
it's
else
not fair for anybody. Exactly.
because
Exactly. Yeah.
it's just like it might be unfair for the individual, but why should you burden everyone else with that problem of you know you should have the insight to be able to see what what the problem is. You're in this, you're in this in between of both sexes. See what I said there?
Yep.
Yeah, I am politically correct.
Yep.
Um,
We ain't getting in trouble up in this bitch.
I'm sure we'll get in trouble at some point.
Yeah. We're yeah.
I mean, we're gonna
Uh.
say something at some point, but no.
Oh yeah. Niggas slip up. You know what it is.
But yeah, no. That's just my view on it.
Yeah, that Caster Semenya situation, like at first it really had me riled up because, the information that I got at first was just that, oh, she's a woman and she's being barred from competing by multiple organizations. And, South Africa stands behind her because she is their athlete and she's out here inspiring other, children, both male and female, to compete. People want to be, she's an
Yeah.
inspiration to people. Like you're out here getting gold medals in the Olympics, and a little kid is seeing that and it's like, yo, I want to be like her. I want to
Yeah.
go to the Olympics and I want to win gold medals for my country. And yo, she is classy as fuck, man. She's classy as fuck. Like the way she's going about it, she's not out here, screaming on Twitter, like with public outrage. Nah, she's saying,
No.
yo, I've had many obstacles in my life. I know these people are trying to stop me. They have been trying to stop me all throughout my career, and this is just another obstacle that I'm gonna get past, you know? Like I'm gonna appeal my case and I'm hoping to win
Yeah.
because I'm gonna keep training as if I'm preparing for competitions because that's what I do. I'm gonna keep running and I'm not gonna stop running. And I was like, yo,
Hey, respect.
yeah, respect, bro. Like it's amazing to see how just calm and collected she, at least she is in the public eye because
Yeah.
I'm like at this day and age, like shit, it's just public outrage left and right for the most minuscule things.
Definitely. Like it's just everyone, wants to penalize someone. It's just because of how sensitive we are these days.
Yeah, I guess.
Um, from that, there's only one thing that you brought up. People were saying it's sexism, racism. I don't understand the racism part too much, so you might have to enlighten me about that.
I guess it's just because she's black and she's South African, and Michael Phelps is white, and like, oh, I haven't
So,
heard of.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
m-
I think that's really just because she's,
okay, but the
black.
thing is that, but the thing is, like, this is sport. Like,
Eh,
it doesn't matter what your race is. If you you're doing
Yeah,
what you physically can.
yeah, that's just what I don't really see it as racism that much. Sometimes I can sort of see it.
Don't get me
Um,
wrong. Like if it was injecting, hey yo, nah, cut that
yeah,
shit
fuck
out.
out of here, yeah. But yo, it's kind of sad that they're actually, preventing her from doing what she loves. She's just out here
Yep.
competing. It's a delicate situation because of her genetic makeup, that's for sure.
It's
But yeah,
just it's a difficult situation because it's not like she's injecting herself with testosterone.
exactly. And this is also the first case like this. It's like the first situation where you have an athlete like this. Like this is a like complex situation for that reason. Another thing that I will say is that shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. I feel like a dumbass.
Yo, and the wrong thing I wanted to say, and I forgot what I wanted to say. Oof. Hey, yo, bless.
Hey, yeah. Hopefully, I remember in the next couple of. I'm not gonna remember.
No, you're done for. Hey, it's
I'm done,
reps.
bro. I'm
It's
done.
fucking,
Let's
it's
just leave
fucking
it at that.
reps.
Let's just leave it at that. We
It's
out.
reps.
Well, yeah, nah. Sports. Everybody has an unfair advantage, bro.
No.
Yeah, everybody has an unfair advantage. In the NBA, when Yao Ming came, in the NBA, when dude,
Hey, yo, fucking
my
Shaq
new
was
bull
like
came through.
confused.
Yeah, when my new bull came through, like
When
they
Yao
didn't
Ming
stop
came
these
into
niggas
the
from.
NBA, hey, yo.
Nah,
Bro.
Shaq thought he was dope.
Oh, he thought he was slick.
Shaq thought he was dope. Got blocked one time. He's like, all right, nah. Got blocked another time. Then Yao fucking hit him with the clean ass fucking. I think it was like a fadeaway or something, or like some clean post move. And dude was like, ah, shit. And he couldn't get past.
I'm done for.
He's a Shaq stopper.
Yeah, you were
Hey, bro.
watching. Speaking of which, you was watching that match the other day, weren't you? With Ander Silverson. And
Oh, Anderson
Anderson.
Silver.
Yeah, Anderson Silva. Sorry,
Yo,
like I'm sorry I slaughtered that name. I
I'm trying to get into combat sports, but I'm garbage.
yeah.
As I'm just trash. Like every time, like I want to watch a fight, I either find out about it too late. That's actually the case most times. It's like, oh shit, fucking Izzy's fighting Anderson Silva. Oh, the highlights are out. Fuck, this fight was 2 weeks ago. Nigga, nigga.
No.
I started following all of the pages on Instagram, Reddit. Still managed to miss fights.
Jeez.
Yo, I'm trash. Yo, but in this last fight, Anderson Silva hit Vitor with a clean kick to the chin. Victor Belfort, a
Like
clean.
did you see the jerk? Like when
You
it hit.
saw the jerk, nigga fell forwards, then fell back.
How many rounds was it?
First round,
First
3 minutes,
round.
3 minutes
Jeez.
and 15 seconds.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been slacking on UFC because the last match I watched was the one with you where we were watching Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yo, how did I slaughter Anderson Silva but not Khabib Nurmagomedov?
I think it's Normac. I'm not even gonna try. That's more difficult than Kumpo, which I probably still slaughtered.
Giannis
Uh,
Antetokounmpo.
yeah,
My guy, come on. Get
I
your
think
game together.
I think I was right. It's Khabib
Hey
Nurmagomedov.
yo,
I think that's how you say it.
I'm acting slick now because I can say names, but hey, watch how I get slaughtered. Like when people comment on this podcast.
Yo, yeah. So there was that. Yo, that kick was clean. Yeah, it's Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov.
Oh,
I'm not. I quit. I quit. I quit.
it's reps.
I quit. I quit. I
It's
quit.
reps.
I quit.
But no, that's the last one I watched. But you know me, I'm more about my heavyweight boxing. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
know
for
I'm
sure.
I'm a bit neglecting towards the lower weights, but my favorite is just because it's heavyweight.
Oh yeah.
Did you
I feel.
actually? What do you think about the whole Anthony Joshua, Gerald, Big Baby Miller situation when? No, I'm saying when Gerald Miller got
Yeah, no.
up for using drugs.
Yo, this nigga was talking so much shit, pushed the guy, was being hella disrespectful, and proceeds to do drugs.
Hey, no. It's like the fuck. I think the match got to him. Like he just fucked himself off. It was disgusting.
Yeah, bruh. And I was hyped to watch that fight as well. I didn't know. I didn't
I
know.
think
I
he's going
didn't know
against
this
some.
dude.
I'm
I
thinking
didn't
he's.
know this
What was
dude.
the
But
guy? I think the new guy he's going against is like uh I think it's Andy Ruiz or Ruiz. I think.
uh,
Hey yo, I went back to slurring names again anyway. So
yeah,
hey,
just
it
let's
was
just
nice while it lasted.
it was nice while it lasted.
It was
But yo,
nice.
nah,
It was very.
I'm trying to get into combat sports. Like I don't really watch that many sports. It's just really just basketball.
Yeah.
What else do I watch sports wise? No, it's just basketball.
Who do you
So I'm
think?
trying to get into combat sports.
Speaking of heavyweight champions, who do you think Deontay's Wilder's fighting next?
With no fucking clue.
Because I'm not
I
sure.
want.
With the new contract with the Fury talk, it makes a few complications about the rematch.
How so?
Fury. It's because broadcasting, like who's it, who's gonna get the broadcasting rights,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yo,
So,
sports and television.
because Fury
Television really
obviously
just
got
complicates sports.
oh, it really does.
It really just complicates sports.
Yeah, it's because Fury signed with ESPN. That
Oh,
so
okay.
that's what makes those complications.
Big boy
And
moves.
when I say Fury, I mean Tyson Fury. For anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah.
Gypsy King.
The yo,
Yep.
all right. Tell me if this is a fair comparison.
Mhm.
Tyson Fury is the boxing equivalent of Jokic.
Hey yo, like
Tell me if I'm
Nikola
100% right.
Nikola Jokic is one of my favorite NBA centers for the sole fact that he is just so unathletic that is beautiful. It's like he's got a 4-inch vertical and it's beautiful.
But the man can shoot in those dimes, and he's still the best center
Does
in the
he even shoot
league.
with a jump shot or does he just shoot?
Nah, he has a jump shot.
How high does that jump shot go? I wonder.
You remember how I shoot? It's
Oh
that, but
my.
with a good form.
So it's nothing like your shot at all.
I'm talking about the jump, fam.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You ain't gotta do it like that, bro.
Yo, I had you a bit too nicely there. I'm sorry, my guy. I didn't mean it.
I'm trying to get good, fam.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dog. I didn't mean it. No worry, you can like break my ankles when we next when I next see you. It's fine.
Yeah, we're probably gonna be at the same team if we arrive together. So,
Yeah.
expect some dope dimes and don't miss shots.
My guy, you know me. I'm gonna be the white guy on the court. I don't miss shots.
You forget where I live, man. There are many white guys here. Most of them are whites,
Oh shit, I'm fucked.
but there's this one Nigerian dude. He's a problem.
Is he a problem?
He's a problem. I think he must be at least, I don't know, 6'6".
Oh, so he's a. Okay, so like,
He's a problem.
yeah, I can see that.
Very abusive guy. We'll hit hook shots hard. Fuck, I don't know how to speak. We'll hit.
Who came up with that?
hooks-
Wait. Who came up with that stereotype anyway? Because like, wasn't it like the stereotype was that like white
White
people
men can't
shoot?
jump.
Yeah, they can't jump and they shoot, whereas black men, like
Do everything else.
yeah, basically.
I have no fucking clue.
I don't because literally like the guy who like absolutely denounces that is that guy from the books. But he has a higher vertical than someone else. I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
Because we were talking about it when we were watching the
Oh, he
books.
has a higher vertical than he has a higher vertical in the combine than Vince Carter.
Vince Carter.
And Vince Carter is known as the greatest dunker of all time because he jumped over a nigga during the fucking was it the World Cup or was it the Olympic Games? I think
It's
it was the
probably
World Cup.
I thought it was
Or
the
was it?
Olympic
I don't remember.
game.
Yeah, he jumped over, dude. That was just disrespectful.
Connaughton.
Yeah, greatest fucking dunk of all time.
Yeah, like it was
Even
Connaughton
Jan,
that had
even
that vertical,
even
which is just wild.
even Giannis jumping over some guy doesn't it doesn't get to what Vince did.
No. Hey yo, if like I'm just telling you now, if Antetokounmpo had that fucking that like at least a 30-inch vertical, hey, the whole league would be fucked.
The whole league is already fucked with this guy. It
You're
looks
not
too
wrong.
easy.
Yeah, you're
No,
not
it look,
wrong.
he makes basketball look so easy.
You're
LeBron
not
as
wrong.
well. Remember how he used to complain about LeBron making basketball so easy? Like it almost looked like dude was
Yo.
struggling for banter.
Hey
He
yo,
was just
hey,
running through 30 niggas to get to the hoop, and he was just struggling for banter.
yeah, he could get to I mean, he could get to the basket
Just,
on
just,
will.
just making faces and screaming for banter. Like he doesn't mean it. Like just running through dudes.
No, he doesn't deserve what he's getting in the Lakers.
Aye.
He didn't sign up for Magic to leave. An agent that no one trusts to be the GM, to be there for there to be shadow owners, for them to just completely throw out the option of having Ty Lue as a coach, just completely abusing, like, you know, he didn't sign up for this abuse.
For them to not be able to get another
They're a fucking mess.
superstar.
If they don't get a superstar, I wouldn't be surprised if he said, "Hey, yo, trade me." Trade.
I'm outie. Take me back to the Cavs where I'm actually the coach, GM, you name it.
Hey! He's nothing like that. We gotta remember, like, Coach Braun doesn't exist. You gotta remember the narrative.
Hey yo, bro,
He
Cavs in
doesn't. He
five.
doesn't like being involved like that.
Cavs in five.
Yo, you need to give up on the Cavs. Like, he
Cavs
left
in
last year.
5.
He left. You need to
Yo,
give
when
up.
we get Zion or RJ Barrett, yo, Cavs in 5.
No.
Hey yo, here's one thing we gotta talk about. I think I got like 2 more topics that I want to bring up. And I'm sure you've seen both of these topics. One
Okay.
is inescapable, which
Inescapable.
is it's
Okay.
inescapable.
Okay.
So you know damn well we're talking about Sonic.
Hey. Okay. And what's the other one?
We'll talk about that one afterwards. So Sonic.
Yo. Wait. Hey, yo. You sound a bit insecure about that second one, though.
Oh no, I'm not insecure. I'm just I've been laughing about it for days.
By the way, I'm just apologizing if you're hearing me clear my throat a lot in this podcast. It's just I'm on the ends of being the ends of having a cold. So
Fam, hydrate yourself, my guy. I have a cold and I can't
hey,
breathe
do you know
right
how
now.
much water costs?
Drink tap water. That's what I'm doing.
That's just shit I'm talking about. Do you think I buy bottled water? Hey, that shit expensive.
Yo, bottled water is so cheap here.
Yo, hey, my guy, do you know how much tap water costs? Hey, I can't afford that shit. I'm broke. I live on that broke lifestyle.
Nigga,
Fuck
I just
you
pay rent.
mean,
I
cuz.
just pay rent, so I don't stress about other bills. Rent and Wi-Fi, that's all I pay. Well, and then food,
Wow.
which I'm gonna be roughing it very nicely this month. I actually have to travel tomorrow. Fuck it, I have to travel tomorrow. So when I come back, I'm gonna rough it very nicely.
Wait, is that when you're going to Rome?
Yeah, I'm going to Rome tomorrow, and then I'm gonna rough it when I come back.
Hey, yo, it's gonna be a problem.
Yo, this week hasn't been bad, but it's just the fact that I'm trying to save money. Like I know that I fucked up, but not really. Yo, so
Wow.
Sonic. Yo,
Yeah.
Hollywood needs to stop trying to make money like this.
Hey, yo, the way that
I'm
like they're like
sorry.
this. I'm not like a huge Sonic fan, but hey, the way that these fans are outraged, I don't blame them.
Yo, I watched 3 Sonic TV shows.
Oh no, there was one that I watched when I was younger. Like this
And
was
I
like years back. It was like Sonic X, I think it was called.
Yes, Sonic X, Sonic
Sonic
Underground.
X, Sonic X.
Bruh,
Oh shit, copyright.
fucking
Mm.
niggas gotta stop. Hollywood has to stop. I'm
Yeah.
serious.
Oh no,
They-
like
No, they
I mean,
can't keep trying to make money. Not like this. Not like this.
didn't
Don't
Didn't one of the directors saying that they're going to change the design now because there's such backlash?
Oh yeah, for sure. They have to change that design, bro.
Like they've
Fuck.
said, they came out on Twitter and said it, and like
Yeah.
we we heard you guys. Like chill out, fam. Like we're gonna
Yo,
sort it out. We're gonna
I
sort it
saw
out.
all
Don't get
sorts of
so
shit on
mad.
Instagram saying, "Yo, these niggas, Sonic looks like a fucking child molester. This, lads."
Fucking child molest. Yo. Hey, people wilding on the internet.
Yo, as soon as we saw that teaser image, just with his silhouette, I was like, "Oh no,
Oh
why?"
no. Oh yeah.
We didn't need this. Like, this isn't necessary, but they're doing it. Fucking idiots.
Was it you just
Fuck.
when you see? I'm still thinking about what you said. Hey yo, they're acting like I don't know. They're acting like fucking Sonic's gonna look at people with Marvin Gaye. Let's get it on in the background. You know what I mean? Like, hey, relax. But nah, I mean, it's a good sign that that Hollywood isn't being so aggressive, and the directors are saying, "Listen, we'll change it. Relax." I think it's a good sign, and I think that if people weren't so outraged about it, it would have never happened, and we would have had to suffer and watch this new design. But I mean, I would love to see like like on when they release like a Blu-ray or something, it be a bonus feature to see the old design because I would love to watch the movie again and laugh.
Nope, I didn't even bother to watch
Like
the
the
trailer.
second time through.
I just keep seeing scenes from it, and I'm just like, oh no, oh no.
I mean, I saw some memes about turning Sonic into a girl, and I'm like, stop.
Oh shit. The homeboy sent that in the group, and I was like, I
You
woke
know,
up, and that was the first thing that I saw.
I felt uncomfortable. That's all I'm gonna say.
I
I
sent it
felt
to everybody else immediately. I wasn't
yo
suffering alone.
yo. Hey, you're another kind of man. Hey, if I suffer, you suffer.
Yeah, I'm that kind of nigga. If I'm suffering here, you're fucking suffering with me, nigga. Like, I ain't letting
No,
this
it
shit
ain't
slide,
right.
fam.
It ain't right.
It ain't right. It ain't right. I ain't
But
suffering
like I
alone.
said, like I'm really happy that Hollywood, was like, "Yo, relax, we'll fix it." We,
Yo, they have
because
no.
I'm sure,
They
I'm more happy for like really devout Sonic fans, because they're getting what they wanted. They get what they deserve. They shouldn't have to deal with a new design which no they don't like.
Yo, Hollywood has no choice. They have
Hey,
no
yeah, they
choice.
would have. I'm not gonna lie to you. They probably would have just boycotted the film.
You know how OP Twitter is?
OP, yo.
Fuck, man. OP Twitter is OP as fuck. Actually, just social media in general is just OP as fuck, my guy.
Damn.
It's wild. Yo, another topic that I want to bring up is just the last topic that I want to bring up. You can still bring up some other shit, and I'm sure this topic is gonna deviate very nicely and go to some other places that we don't even fucking expect. But um, the bubonic plague is back, my nigga.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, you're gonna have to enlighten me about what the bubonic plague is.
You know that disease that like wiped out the population of Europe a couple hundred years back?
uh,
Let me just give you that as an introduction.
uh, I don't know how
What-
I feel about it.
what-
I think I need an adult.
Very prominent in the UK, might I add.
I, I mean, I didn't like it here anyway.
Yo, niggas really ate some rodent. And it was yeah, there was a Mongolian, some European tourists. They were on a flight, and two of them died of the bubonic plague. They were under quarantine for a while.
But,
Um,
but why would you eat a rodent? They're
no,
filled with disease.
the thing is, it wasn't even some normal rodent. Like, it was one of those, ones that you find in particular places, wherever they were on holiday at. That's where they ate that shit and died. I
But
mean,
rodents, regardless of where they are, they're riddled with disease.
yeah. Um, when I saw the meme.
That wasn't the best way to say it. You went from talking about like something sophisticated and said, "Yeah, sorry for a meme," because
Yeah, no, that's actually how I saw it,
Yeah.
and then I was like, yo, let me do some research on this shit.
Okay.
Okay, so okay,
Okay, we're
the
back to sophisticated
back to
intellectuals. Don't worry,
sophistication.
guys.
Yes, let me just read this shit out to you, okay? What the
Right.
bubonic plague is. The bubonic plague, also known as the uh Black Death, also known as the Great Plague, or just the plague, or less commonly the fucking Black Plague, is one of the most devastating pandemics in human history, resulting in the estimated deaths of 75 to 200 million people in Eurasia, peaking in Europe from not 19, what the fuck, 1347 to 1351.
Wow.
Yo, actual was taking lives and now it's back. I mean, technically speaking, it never left. It just had, a lot less cases around
Yeah.
the world. Like it was mostly eradicated, but uh yeah.
Obviously not enough.
Yeah, obviously not enough. They
I
still flare up
mean,
around the world.
I hope feel like this. I'll say rest in peace to the two people that passed away due to it. It is still a
Sure.
tragedy because a death's a death.
For sure. Um the thing is, in the past, like, okay, let me just review something that I'm seeing here. Um Outbreaks of the bubonic plague still flare up around the world, according to a new study which tallied reported cases of the plague around the world between 2000 and 2009. More than 20,000 people became infected during that time. That's a 9-year span.
Oh man.
A little bit more than 20,000 people. You can consider that mostly eradicated. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
shit.
I get you. I get you.
Yeah,
Like
now
it's
when I saw
wild. Oh,
yo, when I
what? That is wild.
Yo, when I saw that meme, I had to go do research. Like I sent that to everybody. My brother, yo, when I sent it to my brother, I called him the following day, and this dude's like, "Yo, my guy, I was having such a good day, and then I saw that the fucking plague is back. That ruined my whole fucking evening." Yo, this guy was like, he was happy all day, and then he found out the plague was back, and he's like, "Oh, fuck my life, bruh." Even
Yo,
though the chances of the plague affecting us are like very, very low, relatively low, I believe. It's still sort of because we know just what the fuck the plague did. You know what I'm saying?
yo,
Yo, Greg, I had to research this shit right quick to find out if it was a hoax or not. Yeah, the case like it took place in like Mongolia after two people died from it. Um, there was a quarantine that's been lifted, and a lot of tourists are allowed to leave. I'm actually currently on like the BBC website. This actually happened in the beginning of this month, like 9 days ago.
yeah.
They ate some weird fucking rodent, uh, which is known as a carrier of the fucking plague. Uh, Also, it's fucking illegal.
I mean, as I say, like it's a tragedy, but what? You? Why would you do something that's illegal and it's a known carrier of a plague? So you're like, oh my shit, that shit is making me hungry. I want to
So
dig into that.
practically, you have no reason to get the plague, and you proceed to get the plague.
Like you start seeing a rodent that's plague disease, and you're getting fucking watery mouthed. Like yeah, you.
That and it's illegal to fucking hunt it, and you're like, oh shit, let me break the law right quick and probably die.
Hey, I need a munch.
But hey, man, that's that. That's all I had to say about that. I just found that interesting.
I
I
mean,
had a Well, this is like more like most of the shit that I talked about today was like more watered down because like I had a week to sort of digest it and just
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
express
It's
all
not
of
like
my
it's not like
opinions on
you're.
it.
Yeah, obviously, it's not like you're straight. It's not raw. It's not like a
Yeah,
raw reaction. Mine
yeah,
were a bit more raw reactions because I haven't had time to digest. You told me I'm straight.
yeah. I was fuming when I first found out about the Caster Semenya case. I
Yeah.
was laughing my ass
Hey, I
off at
can
the thought
imagine
of the
how
bubonic plague
stressed you
coming.
were. I can imagine how stressed you
Yo,
were.
I was stressed. Like it wasn't even just because she's South African, and it's South Africa is very close to my home country of Mozambique. It's just you're just stopping somebody from competing because they're too dope. So I was pissed about that. And then the bubonic plague, I was just fucking laughing. The Celtics were frustrating me because niggas forgot how to play basketball. Even fucking, I don't know. I give my props to Al Horford. He locked down Giannis for those few couple of games. James Harden still pisses me off. Actually, he's been pissing me off all season.
Oh,
Actually, he's been pissing me off since last year. Even when he succeeds, I get pissed off. Um, yeah, I think I'll just leave it at that.
I mean, just
Oh, and
a
Sonic is
little
just
dope.
trash.
Oh yeah, there you go. It's been a tragic week. Um, but no, something that you said just piqued my interest, and it just makes me want to say this because it just, let everyone have a little bit of nostalgia with us. I remember when you for the little insight, we used to go schooling together, and that's how we know each other. From when he used to be in the UK. When he was leaving back to go back to Mozambique, no one knew where it was, so he had to repeatedly go onto Google Maps and show people that it was in Africa.
Bruh, no, it was far worse for me. Dude, when I first joined that school, because I sound how I sound, I sort of have like a little American accent going on because I sort of just grew up watching cartoons and that's like really how I learned to speak English. Um, every day it was like, "Yo, you American? Are you American? Where you from?" Yo, but there's this one time I'll never forget. Oil fam, where you from? I'm from Mozambique. What's that? It's in Africa. Oh, so you're American then? No, I'm from Mozambique. All right. So what part of America are you from,
Hey,
my G?
yo.
There are 6 continents on this planet Earth, or seven, however many. There are like a couple continents on this planet Earth.
There are 6 continents.
Yo, I had to break this shit down. Yeah, I hope I don't sound stupid right now. I haven't done geography in a minute.
No one does. I'm a bit annoyed at you, Marvin, for not realizing that Africa is in America.
Bruh. So I was breaking it down. I don't know. It keeps switching between 6 and 7 because I guess some people, well, depending on who you're talking to, some people are like, oh no, Antarctica doesn't count. So I don't fucking know. Depends on who the person is. So I was breaking it down like, yo, there's 6 or 7 continents. I don't know which I said at that time, and I was like, yo, and Africa is one of them. America is a whole different fucking continent, and I'm from Africa. Like I'm from Mozambique, which is like right there at the bottom of Africa. You know what the thing that makes this story just a lot funnier is?
What?
This was like in my first year, so I was in grade 7. This dude was doing sixth form, my G.
Yo.
This is some black dude in
Hey,
sixth form
hey, this is wild.
who I later became pretty tight with.
Hey, at least at the end of the day, it was a blissful situation.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's about time that we start wrapping things up, and I think the best way to wrap it up would, for me, because obviously I know my facts about my Christians, to top it off with a good fact about my boys in the Catholic Church.
All right, let's go.
Did you know that the youngest pope in history was Pope Benedict IX, who was 11 years old?
Wait, what?
Yeah, the
Yo, I
youngest
thought
pope in history was Pope Benedict the Ninth, who was 11 years old.
11. Nigga,
Yeah,
I
that was
thought you
during
were
the
gonna
time.
say.
No, that's the time of his election. And he was the
Oh
only
shit,
person
I did
who
know
has ever
this.
been a pope more than once.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. Yo, I actually heard about this while I was doing research a couple of years ago. I actually forgot about that. You know me, I watch a lot of weird shit, so like I like to do research on like the weirdest shit. So I actually did hear about that. I just completely forgot. It slipped my mind because it's like not something that I ever talk about.
Yeah. So, you know, I know my facts, and to all my, to all of my Christians out there, a beat a day, keep saying away. All right. I hope
And
everyone
that's
has a lovely week. We'll see you next week.
nigga. This is the end of the week.
Hey yo, listen,
Yo, when are we
listen.
uploading this
Hey,
actually?
hey.
Do we upload it? Do we like edit it and upload it tomorrow
We'll
or?
figure. Listen. We'll just leave this in because we're lazy. Hey, we'll figure out at some point. But hey, don't ever fuck me up like that again,
Give it all I